ATLien.
What's up, squad? What's up? Come on in the room. There's a whole bunch of y'all in here today. Oh my goodness. What is up? What's up? What's up? Put your aliens in the chat as you enter. Y'all know I like to see some representation. Shout out to all my members in the building. Hey, Jeremiah. What's up, Reese? Shout out to Mr. Woods. I see you, Mr. Woods. Patricia. Just Jesus. I love that name, Just Jesus. Melissa Burnett, Ran. Okay, Mr. 8207, Miss Toby, who was the first in the building? Reese and Jeremiah. Okay. Tisha is in the building. I see y'all. Beverly K, Kathy, Brucey, Brandy Sanders, Monique 619. BC Entertainment.
ATLien.
Mormon.
About to be an ATLien.
Look, I'm trying to name everybody, but it's hard. It's hard to name all y'all people. It's like a whole bunch of people in here, and I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me today. Now, y'all see the title of the video. We talking about Nene Leakes. Is it over? Is it over for Nene Leakes? I don't know. We're going to get into that. Also, we're talking about Sheree Whitfield and her health update. And we're going to dive into a little bit of Porsha Williams tea. Now, in the midst of all of that, I also want to send a special prayer up to Tamar Braxton. Y'all know we talked about that the other day, and some of y'all were dragging me saying I was a little insensitive about this 911 call because I'm giving David the side eye. But apparently, her family is giving David the side eye too. Now, look, this is according to TMZ. I'm going to give y'all a little brief update. Tamar Braxton's family said they are so puzzled by the boyfriend's actions, and they're alarmed by his influence over her emotions. Apparently, TMZ says that, sources connected to the Braxton family told them that Tamar's boyfriend, David Adefeso, is that how you pronounce it? Had actually seen the pilot episode of the Get Your Life teaser trailer that we were talking about. He actually saw the whole episode, and he was not pleased with how he was portrayed. Now, we was thinking that maybe it was Tamar who was mad because, we saw it and she was acting like, she thought she didn't want to be portrayed as the angry black woman. But apparently, according to sources in the Braxton family, it was Tamar's boyfriend who said that, he wasn't very happy. Now, you saw in the trailer, behind closed doors, she was telling him to stop. So everybody's kind of like giving him the side eye now. So if you haven't heard that 911 call, go ahead and watch my previous video. So we're not gonna go into that too deeply, but it is, a little strange. And when we heard the 911 call, we all was kind of like scratching our head, like, what is going on? I don't understand. But sending positive energy to Tamar's way. Now, look, what you say, powerful. They said he put her over the edge. The family says she takes on his mood. Oh my goodness, that's a lot. That's a lot. What's up, Chef Disaster? Welcome. So let's go ahead and talk about some of these housewives. Y'all know I'm going to start from the bottom and go to the top. Y'all know how I always do. Now, y'all have heard, we talked about Sheree the other day. Sheree Whitfield had announced that, she was diagnosed with the C word. Y'all know what the C word is. We in a pandemic right now. Everybody is terrified of it. But apparently Sheree said that she was at a house party. Y'all thought I was throwing shade when I put that in the caption, and I said that Sheree, was infected after being at a house party. But apparently it's true. These house parties in Atlanta are no joke. Y'all be thinking it's 5 or 6 people, 10 or 12 people at the house party. Let me see what my dog over here doing. Y'all be thinking it's like 5 people at the house party, and then at least one of them got the COVID and spreads it to everybody. So Sheree got online recently and spoke with Hollywood Life. and she detailed like what had happened. And oddly enough, also she has infected her daughter. Her youngest daughter also was tested positive. Hold on, let me see if I can share this screen with y'all. We're gonna look at a little bit of what Sheree had to say. You know, we ain't got nothing but time. We ain't got nothing but time. Hold on. Here it is. Put this in here.
Okay, they started about, well, now that I know what it is, I can say that it started probably around June 30th. June 30th, I started getting like a scratchy throat.
Okay.
A couple of days later, I developed a cough, a really dry cough, but it's normal for me because every year when the seasons change, for the last 4 or 5 years, I started developing this, really dry cough. So with that came, maybe next day or whatever, I started getting like a headache, and I don't usually get headaches. And it was really, really bad, like where I could not sleep. And it was like more in your sinus area, like your eyes and your nose and your whole face is just hurting. And so I thought I had a sinus infection. So I started taking, or allergies. I started taking allergy medicine, and I did that for like 3 days, thinking, hoping, that's what the problem was. I had a low grade, I had fever. I started having no, I didn't have body aches yet. I was watching CNN, and Chris Como was on with our mayor, Keisha Bottoms, and she was talking about how she tested positive for COVID-19 and that she didn't have any symptoms, and that the only thing she had was a headache. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been having a headache for the past 3 days. And then she said it felt like a sinus infection, like it was a sinus headache. And I was like, that's what I'm feeling. So then with that came, body aches, your fever. I literally did not get out of my bed for 2 weeks. I did not eat for 1 week. You lose your taste and your smell. And I just could not eat. I would try to, force myself to eat like an orange and maybe a couple crackers a day. But that's literally what I ate for a whole week. I do have my, it's not back 100% my taste, but I have my smell. I'm trying to think what else. And just fatigue. All I want to do is sleep all day, and that's not me, because I like to work out. I like to be active or whatever. I keep touching my eye because it's like throbbing in my eye right now. Yeah, it's no joke. It's not. People need to take it serious. They really need to take it serious.
How do you think you got it? Do you have any idea? Did you trace it to being with somebody who's tested positive?
I think I did. For the most part, I stayed pretty safe. I wore my mask. When I would go to the grocery store, I didn't really go a lot of places at all. But so that's why I'm able to trace it back. I went to dinner. And I went to a girlfriend had a small gathering at her house for her birthday, and she had maybe 15 people. And I kind of stayed away because I didn't know the other people. I just kind of stayed with the 2 people that I knew, around. And then she had a brunch. She had a whole weekend thing. She had a brunch the 2 days later, and I went to the brunch, and there was maybe 8 people there. I didn't think anything of it. That was 2 weeks before I started seeing symptoms though. So I started telling them my symptoms, and nobody's saying anything. I find out that her and her whole family, I don't know if this is where I got it from, but this is where I'm kind of tracing it. Her and her whole family ended up with COVID a couple days after her party when everybody was there. And this is the problem that I have with that, is that you have a moral obligation. If you know you contracted this and how deadly it is, then you should reach out to people who have been around you, whether they got it from you or, maybe at your house or whatever. You should reach out to people and say, hey, I tested positive for COVID. She ended up telling me, that she was embarrassed. She didn't want to, talk about it. This is nothing to be embarrassed about. Anybody can get it. It's not something that's, sexually transmitted or, anything like that. So people don't need to be embarrassed about talking about, they contracted COVID, because at the end of the day, you don't know who I have to come home to. You don't know who I'm going to be around. And I'm possibly, it's just not safe. So anyway, so the crazy thing is, after I posted after I posted that I had gotten, COVID, I got a text message. I actually got 2 text messages from someone saying, "Oh, you must have been at that party." And I'm like, "Are you what do you mean? What part?" So I picked up the phone, like, "What party are you talking about?" Because I had not gone to any, that was the only party I had gone to. And they said that, "Oh yeah, my friend's friend got sick there, and it was like 6 people."
She said a
who
party,
got
then she said a brunch. I'm confused.
COVID-19 at that party, and they never told me that. So I just wasn't happy about that.
Yeah. So do you think is the biggest lesson you've learned that you could pass on to people during this pandemic? Do you regret going to the
Hold
party
on, yeah, I want
because
to
you thought
fast
you were around
forward.
safe people?
Yeah, I think that people need to be more cautious. And, if I had to do it all over again, I probably would not have gone to the party, even though it was like only 15 people. And at that time, it had opened back up. The city had opened back up. But, wearing a mask, of course, we're not wearing a mask at the parties. And it's so funny that not funny, but it's crazy that my family in Ohio, they all went to a party on July 4th. My one cousin, she kept her mask on the entire time. Everybody else, like at least 10, 12 of them got COVID-19. But my cousin who kept her mask on, she lives in a house with, most of these people did not get COVID. She tested negative while everybody else tested positive. And I think another thing that people need to watch out for is that even though when I started having my symptoms and I watched the mayor say, what her symptoms were, I kind of figured that's what it was. I have not left my house since July 3rd. I've been in this house since July 3rd. I've not left my house. People still may have only a few symptoms and they think it's, if you have symptoms, anything, then you need to stay home. You need to quarantine. You need to quarantine. And even when people are getting tested, I had tested and it still took 6 days for my results to come back. When my results came back positive, I'm still in the house. I'm still in the house. People are getting tested and they're thinking they're feeling fine and they're still going out and, mingling and, doing whatever, thinking that, oh, I feel fine. My test is probably going to come back negative. And they're not. And what they're doing is just going out contaminating, just getting other people sick.
Right. Has anyone else in your family tested positive?
Callie, my youngest daughter, she tested positive.
How's she doing?
She's doing good. Her symptoms were, she's young. Her symptoms were much different than mine. The only thing she lost taste and smell and fatigue. But other than that, she didn't have any of the,
Someone said, "Can we move forward?" I just wanted to I want to see the whole thing.
Okay. And how are you being treated?
I'm self-treating, self-medicating. I'm just really taking lots of, just trying to build my immune system back up. Lots of vitamin C, elderberry, sea moss, black seed oil, just really lots of oranges and, things like that. Just really just trying to build my immune system back up. Like right now, when I tell you, after I took my temperature right now, I got my little thing, I'm probably have a little fever right now. I am so hot right now.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
What is your advice for people then to not get this? And what precautions should people be taking seriously to not get this?
I mean, they got to stop with the partying and stop all these, these get-togethers and, going out without your mask. And, I just say the people who are having symptoms, they need to quarantine. They need to quarantine and just really take this serious. People are literally dying every day from this. And, I thank God that, while I felt bad, I didn't feel, I'm still here. I'm still alive,
Right. You brought up the Atlanta mayor, Keisha Lance Bottoms. She's been very vocal about what's happening. What are your thoughts on her? And do you think that she's doing enough?
I think she's doing a good job. I think what she's doing, I'm definitely per the mandate, the mask mandate. And I think she's doing what she feels is best for the people to try to keep, just trying to keep everybody safe and putting politics aside. I think wearing the mask is definitely necessary. And not just for you, but for other people. Like, think about other people. If you don't wear, how bad is it to go outside? I mean, it is, it's a little restraining a little bit because I can't breathe, with them on, but I still wear them because I want to protect myself and I want to protect other people, when I'm out. And I just think that people, I mean, she can't make people they should want to do it.
Right, right. Another thing that's kind of been happening.
Y'all believe her or not? Press 1 if you believe Sheree. Press 2
Porsha
if
not.
I'm sending her well wishes. I don't know.
What do you think of her arrest? I don't know if you've spoken to her. And what do you think about what she's doing?
I think I actually went to a protest a while back, and Porsha actually spoke. She spoke, and she did an amazing job. And I actually texted her after and said, "Oh my gosh, this is your next calling. Like, this is what you're supposed to do for real." Like, she is. I said, your grandfather is looking down. He is smiling. He is proud of you. She's really doing an amazing job. So kudos to her
Totally. Well, Sheree, we are getting a lot of COVID questions, but we're also getting a lot of housewife questions. So I've got to ask a few of those. Kenya recently said.
So do y'all want to hear the housewife
for season 13?
Wait.
Poor thing.
She coughing.
Kenya recently said that the casting's a shakeup for season 13. Who do you think should go and why?
I don't know. I don't like to get into that, who should be fired or who should not be fired.
We don't really care what Sheree's thoughts are on the housewives, do we? Do we care?
Back, receive their contracts and are there.
Right. So many OGs, across the franchise have left and come back. Besides yourself.
Okay, I'll stop there. So someone asked me, do I believe Sheree? I do. I mean, I will hope that she is not lying about having COVID. Someone also mentioned that, we didn't hear a peep about, her mom, and we still don't know the details of what happened and why she didn't report her mom missing until the blogs did. But there's that. But at the end of the day, Sheree is who she is. Y'all already know who Sheree is and why she does what she does. She is seeking attention. At the end of this interview, I didn't want to go through it. It's a whole 25-minute interview. Y'all can watch it. I think it's on Hollywood Life on Instagram. At the end of this interview, she was being pressed about, what are her thoughts about this season? Of course, she don't know. She ain't there. But she was saying, if they would come to her with a solid offer, she would be more than happy to return, which we already know that. Now, as far as a solid offer, if they are in communications, absolutely not. I haven't heard that. But, Sheree would return. Everybody always say Sheree will turn for a Target gift card and some groceries. We already know Sheree has always been open to coming back from the real, to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, because she didn't leave of her own accord. But there's that. You said attention. Glad we not in the room. You want to see the paperwork? I'm like, what is going on? All this coughing, it was too much theatrics. All this fanning. Oh my gosh, she fanning. And I got my little thing right here for my temperature. Like, why are you doing this on this live? You did not have to do that. Look, every time I cough, I be trying to press the mute button. Here we go. I don't want y'all to hear I don't want y'all to hear me doing all that, but it is kind of extra. I agree, but it's Sheree. Now let's move on from Sheree. We engage Sheree all we can. And if you're just getting here, go ahead and like this video, please, and thank you. Subscribe to my channel, all of that. It is like over 2,000 people in here. We're counting Facebook and YouTube, youtube.com, Michelle ATLien Brown. Go ahead and like it. Thank you. And okay, now. Moving on. Speaking of housewives, Porsha Williams. Y'all know Porsha Williams. We talked about Porsha Williams being arrested and how she was eventually charged with a felony for trying to persuade an officer of the court. Well, Porsha's charges have been dropped. Well, not all of them. She still has some misdemeanor charges that she still has to answer to. But the charges were ramped up. We said that at the end of the day. Like, why are they charging Porsha with a damn felony? What Porsha do that she need a felony? So Porsha's felony charges. Hold on, where'd it go? Here it is, right here. Porsha's Jefferson County Attorney Mike O'Connell said, after careful review of the law, I am dismissing the felony charge of intimidating a participant in the legal process against the protesters arrested on Attorney General Cameron's property on July 14, 2020. He added, while we do believe the LMPD had probable cause for the charge, in the interest of justice and the promotion of the free exchange of ideas, we will dismiss that charge for each protester arrested this past Tuesday. Porsha was arrested along with 86 others for quote unquote trespassing on the front lines during protests for Breonna Taylor, for justice for Breonna Taylor. Meanwhile, shout out to Porsha. Also, for those of you who aren't aware, Porsha has been very busy, very, very busy. She's a radio host. She's an entrepreneur. She's selling Go Naked hair and thousands of thread count sheets and stuff. Porsha is on the move. In addition, she is engaged to the Hot Dog King. They got several restaurants they dealing with. On top of that, now she's a social activist in addition to being a Real Housewives of Atlanta. So Porsha has decided that she's going to put all of her, everything, her story, she needs to put it in a book because she's been through so much. She was in a restrictive marriage. Y'all know she was married to Cordell. Everybody says she was Cordell's beard. I don't know how true that is, but that's what they say. Remember, she was a Stepford wife back then. She couldn't even go to the strip club without asking permission. Then after that, she was single for a while. She was twerking everywhere. She bought her own house. She then came up. Porsha has evolved into a grown woman, okay? She has her own child now. She is moving on. She is living life. She has put off the wedding I don't know how many times, because they say Dennis be doing what he want to do, and Porsha is not for it. Porsha say, I run things. You might have money, but I have money too. So Porsha has a new memoir. It's called The Pursuit of Porsha. The Pursuit of Porsha. That's cute. Y'all don't think that's cute? So let me see what this let me see. Let me go into Porsha's room for a minute. I'm in Porsha's room right now. She behind me. There go Porsha. So Porsha's book, The Pursuit of Porsha, will be a memoir that will cover a number of important moments and issues that have shaped Porsha into becoming the empowered woman she is today. She issued a quote to People magazine. She said, putting yourself out there in these times can be both a blessing and a curse. I want to share the real me and my story, including my trials as well as my blessings. I am more than a soundbite or a headline or a rumor. I am a strong Black woman who has triumphed over adversity and owned every single one of my mistakes. My journey of passion, my story is a journey of passion, faith, and discovery. Now, y'all know, I'm just saying, we always talk about that strong Black woman. Porsha is proving that she has, beat the odds, y'all. We was dragging her when we was talking about she was arrested. She was twerking in the courthouse and all that. Y'all know Porsha is known to twerk everywhere, bust out a twerk. But apparently she has grown, and we love to see it. We love to see it. Cirilla said, we all have trials and tribulations. We all do. We all need to write a book. We all need to share our story. We all need to tell people, because if you don't tell your story, other people may not know that they can make it through those trials and tribulations. Everybody think that they're supposed to ball up and curl into a ball when they go through something. No, honey, it's the point of going through it. There's also an after. I'm happy for her too. Ain't nothing wrong with a ghostwriter. Y'all don't think Porsha wrote her book? Y'all think she gonna be B. Simoned? And in a few days, weeks, a month, we're gonna find out that Porsha did not even write the book. I want Porsha to write the book. Porsha, you better write this book. Let me see what she said. Hold on. That's all she said. She recently opened a new chapter as an activist and voice for change, working on the front lines of the Black Lives Matter movement. Porsha, who was arrested this month while protesting on behalf of Breonna Taylor, is following in the footsteps of her grandfather, the great Reverend Hosea Williams, who was a pioneer in the civil rights movement. Now, Porsha, let's talk about Porsha for a second. Porsha, let me put her Instagram in here for a second. Recently posted a picture as she was studying. She said she is in class learning the 6 steps of Kenyan nonviolence until freedom. Here is what she posted. And it's interesting. She, we see Porsha doing what she's supposed to do. Now you see her sitting there with her mask on. And she's being safe. She hashtag justice for Breonna Taylor, justice for Elijah McClain, justice for Sequoia Turner, justice for David McAtee, justice for all. And a photographer took this. And so it's great to see Porsha doing what she do. Now, speaking about that, a lot of people have been wondering why on earth are the housewives are supposed to be filming, right? The housewives are supposed to be filming, but we haven't seen nobody we want to see filming with the housewives. What's going on? What is going on? Now, the alliance is apparently strong. Now, the alliance is strong. Shout out to Candy, Cynthia, Kenya Moore, and Eva. Y'all see the alliance is strong out there. The alliance been hanging out. Candy posted this the other day and said, this is how Kenya Moore, Cynthia Bailey, and I were smiling after having the fried ribs and pineapple upside down cake that Eva Marcel cooked. It was so good. So they was over chillaxing at Eva's house. I told you earlier, Juneteenth, they were partying with Eva. Everybody trying to figure out what's going on with Eva. Why is Eva there if they supposed to be filming? Here is the deal on Eva. Y'all ain't get this from me because most of the blogs don't have it. Eva put her statement out too soon. Her peach was snatched. She didn't get a letter. She didn't have no room for negotiation. So what did she do? She did what I told y'all not to do. She balled up in a little ball and just went away. What happens is they did offer Eva the opportunity to come back, and she felt like, being a friend wasn't worth her while. Her ego got in the way. But, that money, those money problems, Eva cannot afford to let a check go to waste. Y'all know Eva could not walk away. I told y'all then when Eva issued that statement, Eva is not issuing that statement because she wants to. She's issuing that statement because she has to. And being married to an attorney, her attorney husband, you remember how he was in his feelings right after the damn reunion and how he felt like Eva was treated. Y'all know all these women go right up under their husband, and the husband like, tell them no, you got to spend more time with us and the family. Bump them, you not going back. But even when they throw Eva a little bit of change and say, well, Eva, we'll give you an appearance fee if you come on, you gotta say goodbye, Eva. You gotta have some, hang out with the friends. And that's what she's been doing. So we will see Eva a little bit at the beginning of the season. I believe, Candy has always nominated herself as like the Captain Save-A-Hole when somebody gets the boot. Because remember, she did it for Kenya. I'm saying Kendra, but remember she did it for Kenya, and now she's doing it for Eva. They all in this together. We saw how they worked out at the reunion. We saw how they, they had Eva's back despite what she said, even though Eva, everybody's saying Eva's boring, all of that. But there's that, Eva's supposed to be, she filmed a Speak on it with Candy. We're going to hear some more. So Candy is in on it. Candy trying to get Eva a little bit more exposure. I always, every season. How many seasons this thing has been on? I told you I got a PhD in RHOA. I could read this like a book. Every season there are things that, you know, you scratching your head about, like, what's gonna happen? Did this person have a peach? Did this person have a peach? Why is this going on? Well, you know, they never announce who the peach holders are until the first episode. Like, shoot, last episode they didn't even air the opening credits with people holding the peaches until the second episode. So we don't know. They may be filming, they gonna develop the storylines, things may happen, things may change, peaches may rotate, you never know. But, you know, as far as Eva is concerned, if they don't have anybody that of interest, then, you know, it's a possibility Eva may still have a shot. You know, Eva may still have a shot. Now, that being said, as far as Porsha, I was just saying about Porsha and how she's been all over the place. She's in a mandatory quarantine from Bravo. Bravo is not allowing Porsha to film with anyone. And you heard that first from me, straight from the ATLien. No other blog has this. And once you hear it, you'll know. But she was in a mandatory quarantine because they're trying to be safe as far as, you know, keeping all the ladies, you know, who haven't been around each other separate. So when you see this, you haven't seen Marlo around. You haven't seen Tanya around. Tanya is still in negotiations from what I heard. And who knows? Tanya may even get a peach. Now, as far as, let's go ahead and start on these rumors. Why don't we? I look cute in Portia's room. Hey, y'all. Let me see what else y'all say. Who, I don't know who that is. Y'all know these people be making up stories or be running with other blogger stories. We need to go to the source. Go to the source instead of going to somebody who gonna regurgitate what other people say. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. Now, there's a rumor going around that there are other ladies who have been tested. I don't know that that's true. I really don't. I don't believe it. This rumor has been recycled. Drew Sidora and LatoyaForever, the YouTuber, they were saying that last year. Y'all remember the exact same two ladies, and apparently somebody dug the rumor back up, and now they're running with it again. Is it possible? Anything is possible. Anything is possible, but I don't buy it. I honestly don't buy it. If Porsha is not filming, how are these new people filming? I'm just asking the question. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Now, a lot of other people are asking questions like, is Nene in? Is Nene out? What is going on with Nene? Now, hold on. Let me change my background. Whose background do I want to be in? Oh, let me be in Nene's background. Hey, Nene girl, how you doing, girl? Okay. So there's a lot of rumors about Nene. Did Nene get fired? Did Nene get fired? Is it just terminology? Is it that she's not coming back? Who knows? Is she still in negotiations? My sources tell me that she's still in negotiations. She's asking for a whole lot more money than they want to give her. In the meantime, people are coming up with all these stories. Well, Nene, you know, what did they say? She was on probation. Then they changed it and said she fired. Then somebody else said she gonna be in a few episodes and not in all the episodes. Then somebody else said she's not gonna be in there at all. Then Bravo comes out and say, well, Nene is not fired. We still talking to her. We want her back. So it's like, are y'all kidding me? Are y'all gonna sit there and y'all gonna believe this? But I get it. We ain't got shit else to do. We on quarantine. We in the pandemic. We all talking about, you know, whatever to keep it going, because it's no shows on right now. It's no shows on right now. Candy on the Shy and ain't giving them no sex scenes. Everybody talk about that dry ass sex scene on the Shy. It's nothing going on. So of course, what other thing that do bloggers do? I'm guilty as well. Is to, like, you know, create stunts and shows for clicks and views. And I'm not mad at them. I am not mad at them. I am mad at these lazy ass media outlets, People Magazine, Us Magazine, who are all running with the blog stuff because they ain't got nothing. They don't have anything either. Now, you know, people have also dug up that rumor about Nene suing Bravo. How is she suing the company that is giving her new shows? Can y'all think for a minute? Bravo is under NBC Universal. They're all under the same umbrella. NBC Universal just announced about a week or two ago that they were giving her a new show on E called Glam Squad or something like that. Look, make it make sense to me, because it's not. So I'm not trying to come on here every day and dispute and debunk what y'all saying. I'm just here to kiki along with y'all. Let me kiki right alongside with y'all. What else I got? Oh, we talked about the new show Glam Squad. Y'all know, I think it's with, what's his name, Wayne Gretzky. You said I don't make up lies. You right about that. I don't make up lies. I speculate your ass to death, but I'm not gonna lie on nobody. Now, these people that you keep talking about, Drew Sidora, she was once on The Game. She also played T-Boz in the TLC documentary on Lifetime, I believe it was. Then you had LatoyaForever. She's a family YouTuber. It's great that her name is being thrown in the mix yet again, just like last year. People keep saying that she is Candy's friend. I don't know that that's true. I believe that she interviewed Candy once for her channel, just like I interviewed Candy once for my channel, just like other bloggers have interviewed Candy for their channel. That does not make us friends. I'm just saying, that does not make us friends. So the biopic, thank you, L. Edwards. So I'm just like, well, where are y'all going with these stories? Where are y'all going? Now, I would love to see a great, a YouTuber on the Housewives of Atlanta, but I don't know that that's going to happen. You think they're going to go that low? What y'all think? What do y'all think? I want to know. You said, people giving false information? Oh my God, who does that? I'm just saying, go back in the archives and see what they said last. Didn't they report that last year? The same people you talking about. Didn't they report that last year that person was joining season 12? Is it? I don't know. I'm just asking questions. I want to know too. I need the tea too. They got the tea. Y'all tell me, but I need the tea from some credible people. I need some tea from some people who actually know. Okay, I need some tea. So until it appears on straight from the A.com, I'm not buying it. I am not buying it. I am not. Anyway, you guys, I'm laughing. Okay. Now, Wayne Gretzky. No, not Wayne Gretzky. Look, I done got the name of the man wrong. Let me get the right name real quick. Hold on, let me look it up. Nene Leakes new show. Glamour. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you. It's called Glam Squad. Okay. And who is the man? What's the man name? He used to be on the thing with her. Hold on. It don't even have his name in here. Glam Squad Showdown will be a comedic beauty competition series that is aimed at shed the spotlight on the best celebrity hair and makeup squads. Brad Goretzky. Thank you so much, Brad. Y'all all in the chat saying it. I didn't even look. Thank you. I appreciate it. Y'all got my back. Oh my God, I love y'all. So when I see things like that, it's like, how are y'all saying she's punished and then she get new shows? How are y'all saying that she's doing this but she's doing that? I don't understand. And it's the same network. It's under the NBC Universal umbrella. So do they hate her? Do they love her? Is she suing them and they giving her shows because she's suing them? What is going on? Y'all tell me. Kenya started that whole rumor about suing just because Nene took a picture with Lisa Bloom. But I digress. Speaking of shows, let's look at Nene's new show. Y'all go over to what's it called? Hold on. It's called Celebrity Show Off on TBS. Nene needs the views because the premise of the show, here's the link if y'all want to go over there. The premise of the show is, they create a little viral little something. And, the more people like it, the better. The lower your numbers, you get booted. And if your numbers are high, you move on to the next week to create another show. Now, this week, Nene appeared on the show alongside her friend, Tamar Braxton. Hold on, let me put a little clip in here. Hold on. Let me see. And they talked about, I just want to show a little bit. They talked about the whole entanglement situation. Hold on, here it is. We're going to give you a little sneak peek.
What do you guys think about Will Smith and Jada sitting at the red table talking about their relationship. And Jada refers to her little thing with August as an entanglement.
The word entanglement is everything. That is my new favorite word.
People have been saying for years that Will and Jada have been swinging. I think August exposed them and they had no choice but to come out with it and say it. So they tried to make it seem like it's an entanglement.
Well, I think absolutely differently. I've been married for a really long time. I really feel like they had an agreement. They were not together, but they're going to stay married now. Because that's the look we got to have. So we're going to stay married, but we're going to do things separately. I must say this, though. The word entanglement is
everything.com.
So, Nene, let me ask you.
So that's a little snippet of it. I want y'all to go over to, hold on, let me turn this off. I want y'all to go over to TBS to the YouTube channel and go ahead and watch the entire thing. They create these little funny little snippets, show ideas, and you know, if the people like them, the people watch them and moves on to the next, and I'm supporting of her. I mean, you know, y'all support your girl, and she's the only one of, you know, the housewives who actually be doing things. Like, can y'all, where is Team Twirl? Where is Team Twirl? Team Twirl, can y'all tell me why Kenya don't never be on no other shows? Can y'all explain to me why Kenya don't get no little cameos on all these little shows? Celeb Call Center, Celeb Showdown, Celebrity Big Brother, anything. Can y'all tell me what's going on with Kenya Moore and why she ain't doing nothing but running up behind her alleged husband? Oh, don't be talking about Alvin like that. Shout out to Alvin from Love and Hip Hop. He was on there. Tamar was on there. It was a cute little segment. Y'all let me know, where is Team Twirl? I want to know what the deal is. Where is Team Twirl? No, we never see Kenya on anything besides The Housewife. What is going on? Shouldn't she be on other things? Wasn't she teasing all these different shows with y'all? Well, she was on Millionaire Matchmaker, and she did manage to mess that up by lying on the man and saying that they was engaged when the man had already moved on and married somebody else. So that was kind of an embarrassment to the Millionaire Matchmaker people, I'm sure. What other show is she on? She could be on a show. Hell, Porsha be on shows. I'm just saying, where is she? Team Twirl is here. I want to know what y'all think. Why does Kenya Moore not appear on other shows? My obsession with Kenya is creepy. How is that? I'm up here talking about Nene Leakes, Kenya Moore, Porsha Williams, Sheree, and now I'm obsessed with Kenya. Do you not want me to talk about Kenya? I'm just asking the questions. Kenya is a single mother. Oh, wow. Okay. Kenya makes guest appearances on Family Reunion. Okay. Well, I haven't seen that. Where is Dre? I don't know. Nene is naturally funny. She's on the Fake a Spouse show. Look, I just want to know, like, you know, you got Candy on the Shy doing her thing. Look, let's talk about Candy on the Shy for a minute. Let me change my background. Then I'm going to take some calls. I've been talking a long time. Let's talk about, do I have a Candy background? I do. I do have a Candy background. Okay, so Candy was on the Shy, and I watched the Shy a little bit. I don't really pay attention to it that much, but you know, I'm like, why doesn't Kenya is an actress from the 90s? Kenya's been all over the place. Like, Kenya used to be on Martin and Jamie Foxx and all them shows. Why hasn't Kenya been on any shows? Did the people not like her? What's going on? Then Candy on the Shy, honey, I don't know what they did. They gave Candy a big old long wig. They did her makeup a little too harsh. I think they was trying to make her look older. I don't know, but she came on there like, I don't know if I like Candy's role. She can't act. Well, can Candy act? Can Candy act? You never watched the Shy, Lucky? I got a funny picture. Hold on, I got a funny picture if I can find it. Ooh, if I find this picture, it would be genius. Wait a minute, here go my friend right here. Ooh, this picture right here, y'all gonna get a key out for this picture. I have been around a long time, and this is almost embarrassing, but it's funny to me. Hold on, let me put this up. Where'd the picture go? Oh, Lord, where'd the picture go? No, I can't find it. Oh, Lord, I lost the picture. Okay, here you go, right here. Open. Open. Damn it. The picture won't open. Hold on. And now I gotta find it on the line. Because I gotta show this picture now that I brought it up because it's funny. It is hilarious. Hold on. We about to get into the picture. Straight from the A. We was talking about the shy. I see y'all being messy in the comment section. Hold on. I got something for y'all. Hold on. Hold on. This is the most hilarious picture ever in life. I promise you. Now, how do I put it in the thing? Okay. This is the most hilarious picture ever in life. Y'all, who watches The Chi? Do y'all watch The Chi? Let me know how many of y'all watch The Chi. Press 1. Now I lost it again. Oh, here it is. Okay. Y'all know this live. Y'all got to deal with me till I edit it. This is the most funniest picture ever in life. Hold on. Can y'all see that? Hold on. It's the gallery. Look at Jacob Lattimore. He was so cute back in the day. Right. He was so cute. I was like, oh my God, I feel so old. Oh my God. And I didn't even know that was him on The Chi. Like, I knew it was him, but I didn't know it was him. Isn't that hilarious? Okay, anyway. Somebody says, is that your son? He don't have on makeup. He just had red lips. He wasn't but like 15 back then. That was when he was on the Scream tour in Atlanta. Isn't that hilarious? Anyway, I digress. Now, I know there's a few of you want to talk. Look, 3 minutes. That's all I'm going to give y'all. 3 minutes. Come through. 3 minutes. He's only like, how old is Jacob Lattimore now? Like 23 or something like that. He ain't that old now. You know, us old heads, we just been around too long, honey. Time be flying. He is 23. He is 23. And he is a Leo. His birthday coming up too. Okay, I see you, Jacob. Anyway, but I digress. You say I'm a vampire. I don't know about all that. I don't know. Who is this in here? Hold on. Your mic is muted. Let me see your face. I put the link in if y'all would like to call in and let me know what you think about some of these topics. We talked about Sheree Whitfield's health update. We talked about Porsha Williams' book and the updates about her arrest. We talked about all the Housewives rooms. We talked about a whole lot of things today. So let me know what you think about some of these topics. And as you are here, please go ahead and like this video. Liking is free. I appreciate all of you guys. Support the channel. You know, my Cash App is iamATLien if you'd like to support the channel. Also, you know, I'm open to everything. Hold on. Who is this? Hello,
Michelle.
Oh, hi.
Hey, you seem like a little spooky. Like you seem like you pressed about Kenya a little too much. I know Kenya got to be at her house, like watching, like she could be on YouTube, like listening to you, like kind of nervous because you talk about her a lot, and then it's crazy because when you talk about people and then people turn around and talk about you, then you play the victim and cry and I'm the queen of YouTube and like you just seem like a little.
I never said a queen. I always call myself a goddess. I'm never.
They always talk
You're
about
a
me.
queen, Dre. You're a queen, Dre. I'm a goddess.
That don't hurt me. You talk about her a little too much, and then when people talk about you, you get mad. Why are you mad when people talk about you and then they call you out your name? You be having a hissy fit. I mean, why are you having a hissy fit and you do the same damn thing? I just want to know.
Dre, where you been? You been locked up?
I'm just saying, you talk about her a lot.
Dre, where you been? You been protesting? Have you been locked up? We haven't seen you in a
say
while.
negative stuff about her.
Right. Where have you been, Dre?
I'm asking a question though.
Can we go back to the formalities first? Can we say hello? How are you? How you been?
Okay, hello. How are you? Okay, how you been? Okay, cool. Yeah, it just seemed like a little, like you just a little pressed about her a little too much. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if the peasants in the chat see it. They have to see it. But then when people talk about you on their YouTube and we don't want to listen, I turn the station. But then you do the same thing. Like, it's like, I don't know. Like, I can see like you and Sheree was sleeping with the same dude, but you and Kenya, y'all wasn't sleeping with the same people. That's what I don't understand. Like, I just don't get it. Explain if you can.
I don't know the answer to your questions.
Exactly, but I'm just saying you just talk negative stuff about her. Can you say something positive about her? But then you speak on Nene. Nobody cares about Nene. I mean, hopefully she gone. Hopefully she don't come back. Nobody cares. And I just want to say one thing before I go. The Kardashians, all that money they make, look at their followers. Nene get on TV and just act ghetto. Don't nobody want to see a ghetto black chick acting ghetto. Don't nobody want to see that. So no wonder the Kardashians making millions and millions of dollars. Nene would never be on a level. She's a peasant. Look at her. Look at just everything about her. Like, she's ghetto.
Is that it?
And I don't care about you peasants in the chat. None of y'all.
Puppy dog bouncing in the box like this. Don't stop, bounce
right,
with it.
Puppy
dog bouncing in the box like this. Don't stop, bounce with it. You a good little puppy. You don't live on the street. You don't want no money. You want something to eat. Got your own water bowl. You don't need my drink. Take a shit and walk off like your shit don't stink. You your own boss. You don't need no leash. All your shots up to date. You ain't got no fleece. Bouncing puppy like you're trying to get free.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had to do a little puppy dog break for Dre. How you doing?
How you doing?
Hey, BJ.
Oh my God.
Looking good. You better be safe. You driving in the car. You know we get triggered now.
I am. First of all, I just want to say I love you and your show. I love that you report facts and stuff, and you do. You basically do all the homework and stuff before you come bring to us like these other people, like B Snide and all these other people who report all these fake news and all this crazy stuff that they don't know what they're talking about and they wish they did. But otherwise, and that boy who was on before, that was such a troll movie. Why would you come on someone else's show and try to do some food stuff? Michelle, you are so great. Just let you know that you are being thought about by these other people. And I definitely do believe that there's just some of the people hired by Kenya probably just to watch you, to see what's going on and be a spy on this show.
Yes. How is he on every single show? That means he's a fan. He's a fan of me, not Kenya.
And he's a troll. That's all.
Exactly.
First of all, you got on there and say all this stuff, but you couldn't even show your face. So,
right.
But Miss Michelle, I will say this. Let me tell you something. Everybody, all this stuff that's going on with the Housewives, all the rumors that's going around, everybody want to speculate. Let me tell you something. If you ain't doing something, folks, nobody's not. If you ain't doing something right, people wouldn't be talking. Somebody must be talking. Nene must be doing. She hasn't said anything about what she's got going on with Bravo, because she wants you all to talk and she wants you all to pay attention when she's ready to give the information, how she want to give it, when she's ready to give it. That's what a boss does. They don't sit right there and just, do these things and see it when you want to see it or how you want to see it. Even her co-stars is waiting on to see what's going on because they don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I just seen a little thing, a notification on YouTube, something saying about Candy was saying that Nene don't come back, it will suck. She know, because guess what? If you are getting money as the second highest paid, the highest paid person who bring in the ratings for you, if she's not there, that means what's going to happen?
It means more pressure on Candy to work.
and I must say, as most people say, she's much boring. She doesn't have the personality. Even Dunn one told her that before. They don't have the personality that woman has. But anyway, people just have to realize that. Just like Monique said and anybody said, Nene is the show. And I'm not saying that to make her have a big head, but if she goes, the show goes. We seen that season 8. We seen when they had to bring her back in. You making more money for doing what? The last few episodes than the people on the show making.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the peach holder? We seen that season 8, and we seen season 9 how horrible it was without her. That it had to be some other stuff that was real bad for to get the ratings in.
Well,
So
think
we
about it.
seen
When she
all-
closed her laptop, that reunion episode was the lowest reunion episode in Real Housewives of Atlanta history. And she
Exactly.
wasn't there. That says a lot about her presence, speaking volumes.
But she was still spoken on the whole. Now, my whole point, what really gets me about that, I'm behind Nene 100% on whatever she wanted to do with Bravo. Because first of all, how can you sit right there and say, and I was even mad that Andy and them allowed that to be shown, and the producers allowed when Kenya made the comment that Nene knows she needs those coins and stuff like that. Kenya, you can't speak on any money needing coins or anything. First of all, just like I said before, right now she ain't doing anything because she's a single mother. She putting up this facade trying to be married and stuff for the cameras and stuff still, and she knows she's busy taking care of that baby by herself.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing I have to just say about it too, though, Miss Michelle, is that, you know, just like I said, if she goes, the show goes. We know that. Just like Monique said, that woman she's irreplaceable. I don't care how many other people they try to bring back. And I want these bloggers to stop saying this, something, she's been fired. As they know, Eva doesn't have a full-time peach no more. So that means there was definitely room for, if those other people who they're saying come and maybe to be a friend of the show, but not to replace Nene. And just like the boy who said on here before, Nene is making millions. She's making millions from Bravo. The Kardashians are making money all together, but Nene is making millions on this show, and like one of the top heads in the whole company of Bravo, making money. So, you know, I mean, my whole point is that just give a woman her respect for what she had, give her what she earned. I mean, y'all sat there and talked about her the whole reunion, but y'all say she was out the first 4 episodes. So what? I mean, right is right. Hey, so if I'm gonna if the reunion gonna be spent all around me, give me my raise too. Give me money.
You're right. You're right. I'm with her. I hope they pay her every penny that she wants.
Every penny. And just like she said before, she said her money wasn't hurting because she got all the money that she signed her contract for. She's just saying, you know, hey, the reunion was a new thing. Y'all wanted to do something virtual. And I sat right there, I was like, man, if Nene didn't come at all, what would they have done? I'm just being for real. What would they have been done? Candy got a little spunk in her being off the couch or being on her own couch and being virtual, because she definitely never gives that at a reunion for real. Never tears and hollering, and you know.
Well, BJ, look, I appreciate you. Look, somebody said, look, they talk about I giving you too much favor. I appreciate you because I like him. What are you saying?
Oh, it's over 3 minutes. Let me go. Okay. All right, Michelle.
Thank you, BJ.
All right. You have a great night.
All right, you too. All right. Aisha. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl, I finally joined Patreon, so I'm a part of the Patreon squad now.
Yes,
I just need to know. Yeah, huh?
Thank you.
I just recently joined. I just recently joined maybe a couple of days ago.
Okay.
But I ain't see you do any videos since I joined yet. I only saw the videos that were already posted.
Okay. Well, I'll be on tonight. We're gonna do an after dark tonight. After dinner.
Okay. Well, I will try to make this quick. To talk about the stuff that you talked about. Well, like I told you before, the last live that you did when you were talking about Porsha, once again, we're proud of her. That girl is making moves, and she moving in silent and in public. And you know, and just doing what she got to do to make her coins, but also making her voice be known. So I have to give her props on that. To talk about Kenya. Now, somebody did say in the comments the show is called Family Reunion. It's on Netflix. It's with Tia Mowry, Loretta Devine, a lady from Waiting to Exhale, and a few other people's names that I'm gonna hurt my son.
Wait a minute, did we lose you? We can't hear you.
I'm sorry, honey. Can you hear me now? Okay.
Aisha, call me back. Aisha, call me back, girl. I don't know what was going on. Rashad, hey.
Hey, Michelle, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm just laughing at the I just don't know. Today's been interesting for me. Everybody's been funny to me, but
what's
I'm
going
glad
on?
that
What happened? I know you've been sending me all these emails. Is Nene suing? I'm like, Rashad, was that you who sent me that email on Patreon?
I think I did. But I don't know what's going on with Housewives, so I'm kind of skeptical of it because it seemed like they struggling. Um, I
No,
guess with storylines.
I'm sorry, it wasn't you. It was Rashad Stowers. But yeah, you're right. I think you should be skeptical because I think nobody knows. Well, there's a few people, a few of us who know what's going on until the cameras actually roll. And a lot of these people who are regurgitating this one person who has a vendetta against one of the cast members. It's just interesting that they keep regurgitating him over and over like he's been factual when it's been proven that his stories aren't credible.
B Snot is basically Donald Trump. Beast not just gonna lie about everything. So I
Mhm.
mean, nobody don't bump
And
Beast
look, the
Snot.
crazy thing is, once they get y'all clicks and views, it's over. They already paid, so it doesn't matter if the story is true or false. If it's not affecting their credibility, y'all still gonna watch just to speculate. So I mean, yeah, people gonna make up stories and keep making up stories, and they're gonna get bigger and bigger and grander, and whatever the case may be. So
I was just disappointed that I think TMZ had posted B Scott article because I was like, come on TMZ,
and
y'all
look, no shade to be snot. Look, I give him props for that because everybody who was reporting that lie is like People Magazine reported his lie and credited him. Who else? It was some other people, so it's like, okay, well, okay, you got a little, you got a little clout as it, these people picked it up, but I don't know that it's true because that's the source, and I don't believe him.
I don't either. I think Nene just still negotiating, and then I think Corona is really taking effect on production because you got to think about it though. You can't do a show when you have Corona cases spiking up real bad here in Atlanta. So
Hmm.
it's like you have to be cautious of what you're doing and how you're going to film the show. Like if they want us to social distance, they want us to practice safety, elegance, and stuff. So it's like it's kind of hard for the camera crew and even like with the peach holders, how they're going to interact because it's like Corona kind of turned everybody world upside down. So,
Hmm.
this season of Housewives, it's going to be really interesting with me to watch. And then if Nene doesn't come back, then as like everyone said, Nene is Housewives. She's the original OG. The show
Hmm.
it's gonna go down. It's gonna die, just like how the real probably gonna die without Tamara Mowry.
Yeah.
You can't lose the star of a show. Once when you lose the star of the show, it's gonna go down, and then it's not worth watching. And then there was like speculations about Bravo wanted a younger like followers to follow Housewives. If it's true, if Drew Sidora and the other girl is added on the cast. But
Hmm.
they have to think about it though. If they want a younger audience, then you're gonna have to boot out Kenya, Candy, and Cynthia, and whoever else. Then
Hmm.
that if that's true, that don't make sense.
I don't think
So
I don't think that's true. I really don't. I think that that's just feeding into the narrative that they're trying to put out there because at the end of the day, like their audience are, look, no shade, 40s and up, who sit at home and watch damn soap operas. You know what I mean? Like it's not the love and hip hop Atlanta audience. And so I think therein lies the problem when people say that they're targeting a younger demographic. They're targeting well, I don't know. Don't let me speak on it. But yeah, I can see where, a lot of people can speculate on that, but I don't believe it.
I don't either. I'm like, if they add Drew Sidora, that would be interesting. But at the same time, I don't think Nene going anywhere. They know they need Nene. Nene, has personality. She was there from day one. And it's just she's gonna be everybody's favorite. She's just everybody's she's just everybody's TV favorite. Unlike
Yeah.
Kenya Moore. Kenya Moore pretty much just I don't even she's not even worth talking. But anyway, you know what I mean. Kenya Moore, she's just a chat for the day, but Nene is a conversation forever.
All right.
And I'm Team Nene forever. I love her, whether she ghetto or whatever. That boy from the beginning was saying. I guess he didn't get a stimulus check, or maybe he just got out of jail for unemployment insurance fraud. Who knows?
Lord.
Dre worse than Kanye West. He need to go lock up. You know what? Have a good night, Michelle. Let your other,
Thank you,
let
Michelle.
everybody else talk.
All right, goodbye. Oh my God, Mr. Woods, you ready? You know, I got to give y'all a warning because you be over there sleep. Hey, Mr.
No, I'm
Woods.
here. What's going on?
Good. How you doing?
My camera look crazy. Let me go back. I'm gonna go backwards because that dude Drake had me hot. That's why I was like, let me get on her for a real quick second. Anytime that a black man comes on here and tries to compare black women to the Kardashians, I don't know if I can cuss, so I'm not. You need to go and hang your ass up somewhere and sit down because that irks my nerves.
Mm-hmm.
It's already bad enough that these women are trying to change the narrative to keep their coins coming in. They fighting for equality. We all fighting for equality. So for him to come on here and talk about the Kardashians have money together, yeah, they have money together, but guess what? Don't nobody give a damn about them. Their demographic is a whole nother demographic. So there is no need for him to come on here and try to use that and say some BS like that. That's
Right.
number one. Number two, then he want to start talking about Kenya Moore. So let me just give you my rundown on Kenya Moore.
Okay.
Her resume on as far as acting is, Michelle, have you ever seen her in a lead role?
No.
Okay. Have you ever seen her as a co-star?
Probably in like Trois or something. I can't remember.
Okay. Yeah, Trois, which is that's on a different type of circuit.
Yeah.
She's a typecast actress. Okay. She's always played the pretty hoe or the over sexualized woman. She played on Martin. She played on all these different things. She's that cast. There ain't nobody checking for her no more. What show is she gonna play on? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, she was on that show with on Netflix that the young lady was talking about. But again, she played herself. There's nothing, she has nothing going on top of that. And there's another thing that I paid attention to. So we were on here and you posted that picture when we were talking about was that last week or a couple of days ago whenever she was standing up in New York?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I don't know if that was a couple of days ago or whatever like that. I was just trying to figure out how long was she in New York before she turned around and took that picture with Candy and all of them the other day. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is, and I'm gonna segue into what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm 38 years old, so I've seen all of these women, from the time I was a kid all the way up until now. What I see Candy doing, Candy is trying to play that kumbaya, bring everybody together on that side and things like that. And we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But I did hear they're only filming what's going on in their personal life this week. So Candy over here trying to do all this type of stuff to try to ruffle somebody's feathers to get us talking and see what's going on and stuff like that. So ain't nobody checking for Candy like that. I saw that scene on The Shy and I laughed the entire time. And she was on that episode talking about, yeah, Todd was mad. Girl, Todd was mad at you because you had on bloomers while he was doing what he was doing. No, ma'am. I watched that show faithfully. Let me tell you something. I get a kick out of people taking their clothes off if they say they're gonna take their clothes off. You understand what I'm saying? Like it was horrible for her. So I'm through with that. Now, as far as Porsha is concerned, I'm gonna save my queen for last because I got a lot to say about her and I only got 3 minutes. Porsha is doing good. I've always wanted to see Porsha in this light. Everybody used to talk bad about how unintelligent she was. She can't speak. She don't know her facts and this, that, and the third. But baby girl has used this platform. She has a full-time job on a syndicated talk show where she started off at Ricky Smiley. She gave 2 housewives jobs, by the way, Claudia Jordan and Eva Marcel, or whatever her last name is. So therefore, she's doing things. And these girls turned around and stabbed her in the back. So Porsha is in that light. That's why people are looking at her, because guess what? Nene not her big sister for no reason. She learned how to play this game, and she's playing it very, very well. We ain't hear nothing about Cynthia. We don't know what's going on with Cynthia. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as Nene is concerned, I feel like they've done this before. If you remember last year when the story came out about Drew Sidora and Latoya, it was supposed to be Kenya wasn't coming back and Nene wasn't coming back, and they're trying to push this whole new demographic of a younger audience.
It's the same story. That's why I feel like
same exact story.
They republished the story and just changed the date.
Yeah, that's all that they did. So I was just like, okay, well, because I know Drew Sidora, she did test out last year, and it didn't work out for her. It didn't work out for neither one of them, from what I was, read up on. So everybody's trying to speculate and stuff like that. I think this pandemic has everybody on that edge of the seat because there's nothing on TV to watch right now. So all we're doing is watching, the tabloids and everything else that's going on. You feel what I'm saying? So, and I can't believe that they're just shopping this story around. I see Nene. Nene is sitting back. She collecting her check on that show, the celebrity show that she has on TBS. I watch it. She won last night whenever they start, so she's still on there. You feel what I'm saying? She's bringing that content and stuff like that. She is a fan favorite up against these other celebrities that she's up against. So, and then she also has the other show that's out with Candy that's on there, the call center show that's coming out. They're giving these people the job. I don't see Kenya on there.
That's my point. We keep seeing all these little one-off shows where clearly they're getting a check because Candy is on that celebrity call center with Nick Cannon. Why Kenya is never on these little shows? We never see her.
Because like Nene said, she's good for the show, but guess what? There's something that happened behind the scenes with her to where she is not getting the jobs that she thinks that she has when she's supposed to have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always wondered that. Like, Kenya has a bad reputation with a lot of people, and I really think that the thing that happened to her is whenever she got on national television, and I don't care what nobody say, when she disrespected Kim Fields, I think that was a wrap for her. I think when that happened, I don't think Tyler Perry, none of them wants to work with that lady ever again. Like, I'm being completely serious. Like, for her to take a legend in the game and talk about her and do her like that, like try to get physical with her, ain't nobody in Hollywood gonna check for her. Ain't nobody gonna check for her. That's the difference between her and Nene or whatever like that. Nene gonna get up in your face, but the thing about it is nowadays, Kenya is just like a rich white lady. If you hit her, she gonna sue you. See what she did to Porsha. So again, this is why she's not winning. This is why she will never win. I wish that she go away. I wish that whenever they do come back for this new season, I feel like I really want to see them drag her. I want to see them drag her all season long. I want to see them drag Candy. I want to see them drag Cynthia. Even there for a little bit, I want to see them drag, because guess what? They came to that reunion trying to get personal with Nene, and baby, them skeletons and bones that we read up on, they're going to come out about all of them.
Right.
So that's what I want to see this season. I'm here for Nene. I hope she gets every coin. I hope every Black woman out there that's fighting for a coin up against them Kardashians gets it. And I'm done. And I can't wait to be on Patreon tonight.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Woods.
You're welcome.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Whew, hold on. Who's next? Alaka. Hey.
Hey, Michelle. How are you today?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good. I want those earrings. I don't just love them. I want them.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, Mr. Woods was giving me life.
Right, Mr. Woods he is on it. He got a PhD also, I see.
Right.
He has his doctorate over there.
Right. Oh my goodness. Wow. I don't even know. Like, he made so many points that I kind of wanted to make as well. So I'm just like, I don't know if I've got anything to say anymore.
Okay. Well, talk about something he didn't talk about. Let's give me a little bit of a rundown.
Okay, I'll start with Sheree. I think her situation is kind of questionable because the way she delivers when she's this is something that she's supposed to have been, contracted, right? So she should have been really sure on her symptoms. She should have been sure. She was coming out with it as though everything was a surprise.
Like,
so
that was like coming off the top of her head. I think, it's like you think either it is or it isn't. That's why I was looking like, wait a minute, because I hadn't really heard all of it. I had just skimmed it. So, yeah.
And coronavirus being such a big thing, you would think that if you're going to tell people about you having it, you would really go into detail. Oh, my gosh, I felt this. And then this happened to me. And this. So I had to do this. But she was not. Her story was just not straight. It was all over the place. And I was just like, what is happening right now? I want to give her the benefit of the doubt. I really do, because at the end of the day, if she really was sick, prayers for her. But at the same time, the way she was delivering that, it just raises more questions than it did answers to say, okay, well, let's hope that she gets well. But now it's like, okay, was she? Especially what happened with her mom, the fact that we heard nothing afterwards. She always does things that make you question her again. She's that person, you know. So I don't know, it's bizarre. I don't know what she's trying to prove, what she's trying to do with it. I mean, like, was the interview even necessary? Is she promoting something right now that she needed the interview, or is she getting paid for that interview? Because, like, I'm trying to understand.
Because that was like right after she came out and said that she had the corona, and if you recall, nobody was talking about her because Porsha had got arrested. So it's like Porsha's news kind of trumped hers when it came to like Housewives stuff. So I'm assuming that, you know, Hollywood Life reached out to her because, you know, just to have somebody on their Instagram because they couldn't get Porsha. I don't know.
So bizarre, so bizarre. But anyways, with Porsha, I'm actually super proud of Porsha, to be honest. In between, there was the time, obviously, when her and Nene were beefing and stuff like that. I kind of didn't like the way she kind of went about turning against Nene just like that. But she's kind of turned me around again, because she was one of my favorites, her and Nene, because I find her really hilarious, and her ditziness. I actually liked her ditziness. I found it quite endearing.
Yeah,
to be honest.
I mean, I think it's still there, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely still there.
She's grown, as we all do, and that's
right. She's matured.
Yeah, definitely.
She's growing into her own, and her book, I think it is the perfect time for her to write her book because of everything that she's been through. You know, I think there are a lot of women that could be inspired by her story. If she's going to talk about what she went through with Cordell, I think a lot of women will be inspired by that, who are trapped in marriages that they feel, you know, I don't know if he was physically abusing her, but he was definitely mentally abusing her. And so I think that is a really important thing to actually talk about, especially in the Black community. Again, when it comes to abuse, people think abuse is just about physical abuse. They don't think about how emotional abuse can be. It's just the same. If anything, it's even harder to get out because that person's gotten into your head. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's going to be very inspiring, and her being a mom, and obviously the on and off engagement that she has with Dennis, and having to basically start her own empire from basically being a Stepford wife, or being what the housewives were meant to be, just housewives, into building her own empire. Kudos to her, you know. And anyone that's really trying to go over there, but she still doesn't know what the underground really, you know, it's called growth. You know what I mean? So they need to just leave that alone if they're going to keep throwing that back into her face. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. Kenya, oh gosh. I mean, did we talk about Kenya even? Do we need to?
We did. Look, we did. Look, I'm trying to get. I'm at 116. I'm trying to get off by what the look.
Okay.
We going on Patreon tonight, and we're gonna continue, you know, dragging everybody.
Okay, cool. Okay, I've just got one thing to say. I think with Kenya, her selling the Kenya hair, is it more hair care, whatever thing, I think it's kind of crazy that she's still pushing that brand, because it's kind of like someone who's got really full, thick hair and trying to sell people a product to say, hey, I'm going to show you how to get full, thick hair. But that's your genetics. Are you selling your genes? Unless you're putting your genes into that product so that I can get the same thick hair, what exactly are you selling me? And that's literally all she's got. She's not doing anything else. And so for me, I'm just like, I don't understand. They're keeping her on Housewives so that she can continue being the antagonist. And it's probably the same reason why other companies, other production houses, other studios will not hire her, because they know that she's capable of dirty tactics. Because I think a lot of the studio execs, they're looking all the way back to The Apprentice and what she pulled with Vivica Fox. And then the stuff that she's pulling in Housewives, they've seen a consistent behavior. Whereas with Nene, she might play someone who's loud and in your face on Housewives and things like that, but they know that she's a joy to work with behind the scenes. That's what people look at first. So people need to take that into account. So people can say, oh, the one says she's ghetto, she's loud, she's this and the other, But if she's a joy to work with, people are going to want to keep bringing her back. People are going to keep wanting to work with her. It's the same, just like any ordinary job. So people tend not to pay much attention to that factor. They think, oh, they look at aesthetics can only get you so far. What gets you in the door is your behavior. If your behavior is bad, nobody will want any parts of you. It's really that simple. And in terms of her acting and stuff like that, Kenya, I've always known her to be an extra, quote unquote extra. So, and she hasn't really given people much. And it's way, way back then. She hasn't really done much to kind of raise her CV in the acting world, to be honest. So
Well,
She hasn't
thank
given.
you, Shaka. We look.
Let me get off. Yeah.
More of it tonight.
I'll see you on Patreon.
All right.
I'll speak to you later.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Hold on, Lourdes, you ready? Hey, Lourdes.
Hi, Michelle. I'm so happy I can catch you live finally. How are you?
You good?
Listen,
Good.
I want to just speak real quick on that little Mr. Dre troll. He really had me upset. I know we don't want to talk about Kenya much, but correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong. You cover the Housewives, the whole show. You are allowed to to report on Miss Kenya. And it's not hating, it's just a true.
No, her team twirl is vicious.
It's a valid question, Michelle. My goodness, I wonder the same thing. I mean, I will just say this: all that work she did over the season to try to take Nene down, going in the press, jumping with the alliance. You would have thought it would have gave her a come up. I'm like, well, damn, what was all that for? People still not trying to hire you, so that's just interesting. Usually there's some type of intention when I see when these housewives really get on like the hate train against one person, and it didn't work out for Kenya or Eva. So there you go. And also on Nene, I think she's gonna be fine. I don't think she's going anywhere. I think if she leaves, it'll be on her own accord. I don't expect her to take any type of pay cuts, so I hope she comes back, but I think she'll be fine. I just don't see her taking a pay cut, especially after all, with that whole season being on her back.
Yeah.
People can't even look left or right without looking for her. It's just crazy,
Yeah. And I have faith. I have faith. So we'll see what happens. I'm just not buying into the rumors right now. I just can't see it.
Yeah, I saw another blogger today. I watched his whole show, just basically reporting B. Snot's article, and I said, this cannot be. This can't be. It was like, yeah, it really makes your skin crawl, because that man is lying. I mean, excuse me, Miss Scott is lying. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Let's not even go there.
I just like, okay. Well, thank you, Lourdes. I appreciate your input tonight.
Yes. I'll see you on Patreon later. I got more to say. Oh, and just regards to Porsha, I'm loving the growth that I'm seeing. I don't think it was more ditziness. I just think she was confused a lot. You know what I mean? But she's lived some life, and they say that living life can really, really sharpen you up. So I just think that she's just on point right now, So I'm happy to see her growth for sure.
Okay.
All right.
Look, I'm trying to keep my eye on the chat.
I know. I'll go back in the chat. Enjoy the rest of your night, Michelle.
All right, you too.
Okay,
bye. Hold on. Powerful. Hey. I can't hear you. You muted.
I had my camera off for a while because I was working.
Oh.
So you couldn't. I'm done now. Okay, so let me get to these little things here now. First of all, when Kenya played on Fan Reunion, Loretta Devine said she went around telling people, "Oh, I'm gonna be. This is my show." Da da da. They said she was a handful on that show, and all she did was play herself for like she was in there for like maybe 15 minutes. Porsha, I'm proud of I'm proud of Porsha. She's really grown. Now, I listened to the person before me. She was talking about Richie Sky, because everything he was saying was all about what B. Snot was saying, what B. Snot said, what B. Snot said. So I put a comment in his chat and I said, why don't you wait to see what's really going on before you continue the rumors that you're spreading? Have a good day. And I came out. But now, what I'm thinking is,
okay, to be fair, that's not his platform. His platform is to speak on the rumors. So that's all he does. So if you look at all his stuff, he's just talking about the rumors. He doesn't try to be factual. He's just talking about what other people are talking about.
Right, and that's what I told him. Then he says, "Oh yeah, maybe we should do that because we really don't know really what's going on." And it's, you know what, Nene made her little thing the other night, but for some reason, I don't think that is Andy. I think it's some of the producers. I don't think that is Andy. I think everybody's assuming it may be, but for some reason, I don't think that is Andy.
Okay.
I don't think that is Andy that she's having an issue with.
Okay.
Because I think if it was Andy, he would have found a way to sever the ties with her and not bring her back. Because if she's saying that she had this issue for years, and if it was him, why they bother to bring her back? I mean, they did lose 1 million and some odd ratings while she was gone.
Well, I think they're cool. I mean, she went to this baby shower. It's like, I think they're fine. I think
and for some reason, I don't think that the issue is with him, but I think that even though he's over the housewives, I think that his hands are tied with some things also. And she may want him to put a little more input in than he can. But for some reason, I just don't think the issue is with him. And I'm going to go because I got to go take a nap if we're going to be on Patreon tonight. Goodbye.
All right. Goodbye, powerful. Y'all are hilarious. Let's go for the late night tonight. I'm trying to get through these calls. I wasn't planning on being on, but all y'all called in. Aisha, you back, girl?
Yes, I'm sorry. It was so much going on. Internet had went out and my son was bothering stuff.
That's okay.
And I'm like, go somewhere and sit down. So to finish what I was saying, like I said, I'm very proud of Porsha and what she was doing and just, all the growth and maturity, and whether, how we may feel about Miss Parks, Phaedra Parks or whatever, I think her being around Phaedra helped her grow a little bit too, because I know that has to have some stuff outside of the housewives. I know that they were talking beyond that. So I think that was a lot to go with that along with, because I mean, we can be mad at Phaedra for the stuff about Candy, but one thing about Phaedra, she's a very intelligent woman and she's always been involved. So I think that helped Porsha in a lot of ways to do better and to really get further involved in what, speaking for Black people and Black Lives Matter and doing all that. Because like I said, one of your other lives, I said Phaedra was the first one to really bring that to the table on the Housewives. So now that Porsha's doing it, I'm proud of her for that. Now, I also was saying the stuff about Kenya being on that TV show, Family Reunion on Netflix. Mm-hmm. Now, a previous caller, a couple of your callers, Mr. Woods and the young lady Powerful, I believe what Powerful said, that Kenya probably was causing issues on production when it came to that show, because you can't be a typecast actress all your life. You know, when you won Miss America or whatever you won in '93, and they start putting you in movies and you doing these cameos, doing all this stuff, somewhere along the line there's gonna be some growth. And if you remember when I told you, I think a while back, one of your lives, and I said Kenya didn't even get close enough when she was on Wait and Exhale to let you know if any of the cast members' breath was stinking. She had one line, she kept it pushing. That's all. A lot of people don't even remember that one line unless you go back to the movie. Now, you ain't never did anything else. You show up on Martin as Miss Boaz. You show up on Jamie Foxx. I think you did an episode with Living Single or something. You had 2 or 3 lines. You did a few independent movies that didn't go nowhere. The production made a couple of $1,000 and that's it. So you were almost 50 and you have not even reached the level of none of these Black actresses who are really fighting to make sure they get the same pay as Meryl Streep and a few other, Caucasians. I believe she does cause problems. And she brings that same attitude that she brings to Housewives to the set of whatever she's doing outside of Housewives. And you bring that same attitude, ain't nobody want to work with you. And Mr. Woods was right. What she did to him was shady. And I think that put a nail in the coffin for her career. Because when she worked with Tyler Perry, they said she was a problematic on the show when she did the Meet the Browns. She had all of 5 lines in a 30-minute show. And Kim apparently directed that show because Tyler was working with Kim Fields and she directed the show that was already issued. And then you go on the show and then you do all this to try to be a bully. but cried when Porsha was dragging you across the stage at the sixth reunion. But then you're gonna pull out somebody's chair. Nobody wanna work with nobody like that. Now, my last thing Nene gonna be fine. She just gonna do what she gonna do. And I do believe it has something to do with producers and production wise. I think it doesn't have anything to do with Andy and his issue, whatever. Because wasn't it true that she was having issues with Carlos King at one point?
Yeah, but Carlos been gone.
I know. I'm just saying. I think this is a constant.
I think her and Carlos were cool though. I think they just—that's a whole nother story. We'll talk about that over on Patreon, Aisha. But yeah,
okay,
they were cool. They were cool.
But I just wanted because those rumors were floating around that she was having issues with him. So I'm like, well, if she's having issues, then it could be possible that she is having issues with a lot of different producers and not Andy. You know, since they were saying it's been happening since 2008 and when Housewives came out, so you can't have. This is what 13 years. You're gonna have one of the main executives. You're gonna have issues with them for 13 years,
right?
It gotta be producers, maybe. So it's something that's to that. But she gonna be fine because as long as we talking about her, she gonna make her money. As long as she doing what she doing, she gonna make her money.
Right.
And,
well, thank you.
I'm gonna need to change his I'm gonna need Bray to stop changing his screen name and just delete him, block him. He need to check. He's something wrong with him. Don't entertain him, Michelle.
All right. Well, look, Aisha. We go look. Thank you. I gotta let everybody say what they gotta say though. I mean, you know, I get it. He a troll, but I get it. Yeah. Thank you, Aisha.
All right. You are welcome, man.
Bye. Y'all be mad. Y'all be mad at the trolls. Y'all be mad. Freddie, why you not on camera, Freddie?
My hair has braided.
What?
Yeah, I got some braids and they struggling.
Okay, why we can't see you?
My room.
Put on a hat. Put on a scarf. Put on a bonnet.
My room dark and I gotta, I'm in a comfortable spot. But let me say this. The views expressed by Freddie Harris belong to him and him alone. They have no reflection on the Michelle Brown Straight from the A show.
Well, thank you so much for the disclaimer, Uncle Freddie.
Okay. First off, you notice everybody down with Team Twirl run around. It's like they bussy open. B Snot, Dre. It's a couple of them in the chat room. I don't know. I think they sore. Cause
Freddie, what do you know about what do you know about that, Freddie?
What I know about it?
What you know about that, Freddie? How you know that word, Freddie?
Tariq Nasheed is my homeboy.
I love Tariq.
Yeah, I heard. but anyway.
I gotta go, Freddie.
but Candy playing herself on the shot. She basically, studs on us.
Oh, not studs. She not playing a stud. She playing a mayor's wife. Y'all don't even watch the show. She had auditioned to play a stud and she didn't get that role. She got another role.
What?
Yeah, see, you don't even know what you're talking about, Freddie. You need to watch the shot first before you try to drag her.
I'm not interested in Candy. Not at all.
Okay, Freddie.
Matter of fact, Kenya acting better than hers.
Okay. We haven't seen Kenya act in a while, but I guess she does act on the Housewives.
Yeah. So is you gonna bring it tonight on Patreon or what?
Yes. Are you gonna be there?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will see you there. Y'all gotta let
Yep.
me get off here before I get on there. It's 9 o'clock. I gotta eat dinner and do stuff and return calls. It's gonna be like 11 at 12.
Oh, okay. Oh, one more thing.
Yeah.
Did Sheree get corona from Bob?
Oh, I don't. Who? She said
Bob
she from the party.
Bob was at. They said Bob was at the party.
Bob was at the party too.
Yeah.
Maybe she did. I don't know.
Okay. Well, we're gonna talk about it tonight.
Okay. You got the tea?
Yep.
Okay, Freddie.
All right. Talk to you later.
Okay. Oh, y'all be playing. Oh, God. It's another troll in here. I know there's a troll. Let me see. Hold on.
Hi, Michelle. This is Kenya.
Who is this?
Dre was right. You just need to stop talking about me. Brooklyn, sit down. Sit down now. Mark, you back from New York? Yes, Michelle, you need to just stop talking about me. You talk about me every time you have a show. And Dre is right. Thank you, Dre. Thank you so much. She talks about me all the time. And I don't know why. I know you're cool with Nene, and I'm not. But please, keep my name out your mouth or you will be getting a lawsuit. Okay? Bye, Michelle. Brooklyn. Hey, Mark. Hi.
You did that female voice a little too well, Dre. You did that. Is that how you be talking on the phone, Dre? To your mens, Dre? Oh, child, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, look. I'm gonna make that the last call. I'm shutting down the phone lines. If you in the back end, I'm sorry. I gotta go. We've been on live for 1 hour and 35 minutes talking crap about all y'all. Oh, I still got Kenya's background. Isn't that funny? Hold on, let me turn my speaker back on. Y'all, this has been a day, honey. It has been a day. We done debunked all the rumors, most of them. We have talked about Porsha and her evolving into the woman that she is today. We talked about all the charges being dropped, the felony charges were dropped. We talked about Sheree, and Sheree gave us all the details about her corona symptoms. We talked about a lot of things. We talked about the rumors. We talked about Eva still hanging around the alliance. We have talked about a lot of things. So if you haven't already, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, visit straightfromtheA.com. I'll be back. I'm on hiatus right now. I might do a video about my hiatus. Or maybe I'll just say that for Patreon. I'll be telling Patreon all my business. If you are not a member of my Patreon, go ahead and join. It is patreon.com. iamATLien. Yeah, we have a good time over there. Doing a late night. I'll put the link in the community tab for those of you who want to join us tonight for the after show. It will be probably around 11:30 or midnight. What else? I'm also going to invite tier two members of the channel memberships. I will invite y'all over as well. Y'all gotta learn how to act though, because I be inviting some of my YouTube members, and all of a sudden my videos get flagged. I don't understand what's happening. Y'all paying to hate now? Is that what's going on in these streets? Woo! But anyway, I digress. Go ahead, put your aliens up. I see y'all in here. Reese, Jeremiah, Cabela. I see y'all, G. All of y'all, I appreciate all of y'all for being so supportive. I love y'all so much. Anyway, I will see y'all later. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.
ATLien, get ready, because you about to be an ATLien.